Is he taking space, or is he slowly checking out of the relationship? Because I used to ask myself that question all the time. My husband would get quiet, distant, unavailable, and I remember sitting there thinking, is this just who he is, or am I losing him? But what I didn't understand back then, it changed everything. I did not understand trauma. I didn't understand what I was seeing as him pushing away was actually something he had learned to do long before I came into his life. As a child, he did not have a safe place to process what he was going through. So his mind adapted. It learned to shut down, how to disconnect, how to go somewhere internally just to get through it. And that pattern, it just didn't disappear when he became an adult. It followed him into our marriage. But I did not see that. All I saw was distance, and I took it personally. I thought, why won't he talk to me? Why does he shut me out? Why am I not enough to make him stay? And that hurt deeply. But everything started to shift when I realized something I'll never forget. He wasn't always withdrawing from me. Sometimes he was withdrawing for me. There were moments when he could feel himself getting overwhelmed or feel anger starting to rise. And instead of letting that spill out onto me or our family, he stepped away. He went quiet. He shut down. Not because he didn't care, but because he didn't want to hurt us. And that completely changed how I saw those moments. So what feels like disconnection was sometimes his way of protecting the people that he loved most. But before I understood that, I did what most of us naturally do. I pushed. I followed him. I asked more questions. I tried to get him to stay in the conversation because to me, connection meant we don't walk away from each other. But you guys, to his nervous system, that felt like incredible pressure. And pressure, it made him retreat even more. So the more I reached, the more he pulled away. And we got stuck in this exhausting cycle. Me trying to connect, him trying to cope, neither of us feeling safe in the process. What changed everything was learning how to give space without pressure. Not cold distance, right? Not emotional withdrawal, but intentional space that says, I see what's happening and I'm not going to take it personally. That looked like saying, hey, I can tell you're overwhelmed. I'm here when you're ready. And then actually giving him that space, you guys, not chasing, not fixing, not demanding, just creating room for his nervous system to settle. And over time, that safety, it made us easier for him to come back because he no longer felt like he was failing me just for needing a moment. So if you're in that cycle right now where you're reaching and he's retreating, I want to help you understand what's really happening underneath it. That is exactly why I created the relationship pattern assessment. It helps you identify these patterns so you can stop guessing and start responding in a way that actually creates connection. And you can take it right now using the link on your screen. You're not wrong for feeling hurt, but he's not really wrong for needing space either. But when you understand why it's happening, everything begins to shift. And if this resonated with you, tell me in the comments. Have you ever taken his distance personally? You're not alone in this, and there is a better way forward.